Hi there, welcome back. This is part 2 of our collection. Hopefully you've seen part 1. If not, stop this video now. Go back and look at part 1 of this pink, green and cream collection. Now, this was from the original video, part 1, showing you all the molds when we were intended on using. Spoiler alert, I do only use the vase mold. I don't use the coaster molds. However, you will see the mould that I decide to use coming up soon. Now, yeah, these shells are lovely, and the colours I'm going to use are stunning, but I don't end up using the shells, and I don't end up using the coasters. But here we go. We will do as we did for the colour pigments and the resin in part 1 video. So I've mixed up T-Expert resins, 1:1 mixing ratio, and I'm now using 3 colours from Pebeo Studio Acrylics as my pigment colours. So a couple of little like drops there, I think you'd call it, or little splodges of this beautiful hot pink. I think it's actually called magenta, or no, it might not be called magenta, but everything I will use in this video will be linked in the description box down below. Beautiful green, deep forest green colour, and also the ever popular lovely colour that I like, and that's buff titanium. So just putting some of the paint into that container as well. So there we are, we've got the pink out already, we've got the green, and here is that lovely buff titanium. Now I'm going to squidge that one, bit more of this one, into a larger mixing cup, although probably a bit too much maybe, because I'm going to use more of that colour than the other two. Right, make sure when you're using resin you wear gloves, that you work in a well ventilated area, and that you wear a mask. Do take care of yourselves. Use the right PPE for the job that you're doing. So just decanting some of the lovely clear T-Expert resin into each of these mixing cups with the colour pigments in them. Absolutely fine to use acrylic paint as your pigment colour for resin, unless it specifically says on the resin bottle and instructions, do not use acrylic paint. As long as you don't use too much, then it should be absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. So look at that lovely colour. Now, not completely happy with this. So again, like I wasn't with the 2 trays that I've done in the one before, or the tray and the bowl that I did in the previous video. So I'm adding in some of this lovely white pigment paste from Less Resin. Now this is great for use if you're going to do like a wave or ocean themed pieces. You use it in resin for the crashing or the crest of waves as they crash on the sea, on the beach. That's what I'm trying to get my teeth in. Think of the words, Laura. Anyway, stirring this in, it makes it a little bit lighter, which was more of the colour I wanted. That's a much paler colour. It's nice. Here we go, mixing in the pink. I probably should have used a smaller stir stick, but never mind. Love this pink colour. Very much a hot, rich, deep pink. There we go. And then in with this beautiful, deep, rich green, proper forest green. Look at that. So I did add some of the white pigment paste from Let's Resin into the pink there, because it just wasn't quite the pink that I wanted. So I've got that one. I do add in a little bit more of the Pebeo paint into that because it was just a little bit too pale still. But here we are with the vase mould, and poured in some of the beautiful buff titanium, then some of that deep pink, then some more of the buff titanium, and I'm literally just doing it in layers, and then in with a little bit of the green. So trying to do light, dark, trying. That was the theory. Sorry, just saw a little hair there to get out. Plus, don't really want the green to overtake this. Now, it is at this point that I think to myself, let's do the drop swirl technique. See if I can get things to mix, but not completely blend together. Because I don't want a sludge or putty coloured vase, although putty coloured vase probably quite nice. But yes, just trying to get it so they mix more. So there we go. And then we've got the buff titanium, the beautiful pink colour. And as usual, I'm getting in a bit of a mess. There we go. And then the buff titanium again. And then this lovely green. Very much aware of the fact that the previous experience I've had with this green is it can be a bit too strong. Anyway, so moving on. Can you guess what mould I'm using instead of coasters? If you've seen our video from Wednesday, just gone in this week, you'll have seen me use it then. It's beautiful. It can be used as a soap dispenser or a lotion dispenser or a reed diffuser. Or you could, I suppose, use it as a vase if you wanted to. Now I'm just filling up the top. This is the lid part, and using the same technique as I did with the vase and in the previous video to this, in the part 1 of this collection. Layering it up a little bit, just dropping the colours in, then going in with a stir stick and just trying to get them to mix a bit, but not blend completely together. Now, you'll see top left on hand side, there's a little notch piece out of the mould. That is supposed to be there. You have a corresponding shape on the base part of this mould as well. That's so that you can match them up, the lid to the base. And here is the base. That beautiful hot pink. Look at that. Stunning. Love that colour. Then the lovely sand. Gorgeous. As usual, I'm getting a little bit on the outside of the mould. Then the lovely green. Then the sand again. And we're just going to keep alternating the colours until we completely fill up this mould. There we go. So just hoping that we're going to have a similar sort of effect that we did when we made the bowl in the previous, and the tray from the previous video. So just trying to keep everything crossed, fingers crossed. that is what happens. A little bit of a marbling effect, probably more of an exotic marble or a dyed marble. Or if you've seen lovely, beautiful agate slices that you can get, which are semi-precious gemstones. I mean, if you've listened to me before on these videos, you'll know that we collect those sorts of things, specimen, like scientific specimen sort of quality. But also, you know, some are more of the decorative kind. Might feature them in a video perhaps, and end shots in the future, some from teeth in for some future pieces, projects, perhaps. We'll see, but almost to the top of this mould now, just making sure I get out all the last little bits of resin there. Always make sure that you have a couple of like little moulds or something handy should you have leftover resin, because you know, don't like to throw resin away or waste it. So, you know, if you've got like a little, we've got little roses and we've got little koi fish, skulls, that sort of thing. So here we are the following day and it's demould time. Now, careful when you demould this one on the lid, because it's a little bit on the sharp side. And unfortunately, even though I thought I was being really careful, I've got 2 pieces missing. It's not too bad, to be honest. It's not too bad, but we've got a piece missing there and a piece missing there. But look at that. The pink, a lot of the pink has gone to where the screw top part is there, unfortunately. But the rest of it, I do love the way the green's blended through with the cream, that buff titanium. Now look, I love that pattern on the base of this pot. Now, I always struggle with this mould. I always struggle with this bit of it. I suppose it just shows you that it's a good construction and it's not flimsy, because some moulds, you know, particularly the cheaper moulds, or if you buy them at a cheaper price, can be a little bit on the flimsy side. But yeah, I am using a lot of strength and effort, and then suddenly it came up like that. Now, obviously you've got a sneak preview there of just how it's blended, but look at that. I love it. It has blended quite a bit. The pink is not as in your face as it could be. But I actually think I quite like that. The faceting pattern on the outside of this base part of this mould is lovely. Now, can you see there you've got a little notch out on the side? That matches up with the lid. Now, trust me, the lid does go properly onto the base. It's just, it needs a little bit of fine-tuning, should we just say, a little bit of sanding on the inside. Right, now demoulding the vase. Gosh, it's cured lovely. As I say, I do usually leave at least 18 hours in between when a project's finished and when we demould. Supposed to leave at least a whole day, 24, but I'm way too impatient. I know a lot of crafters are like this. I just want to see what it's like, But yeah, so when I've had a day doing my regular day job, which is not this, I do a regular day job. It's nice. It's nice to go into your craft room or craft area and see what projects you've got to demould or what you're going to work on next. Great way of de-stressing and relaxing. Look at that. So we're going to go around the edge with a deburring tool just to take off that sharpness. But look at that. That's stunning. I love that. Very much an exotic marble, perhaps, feel. Maybe a bit Baroque-esque, perhaps a bit avant-garde. But here it is. Here is this lovely... Now, I've done it as a reed diffuser. And it's gorgeous. And that is what I would call a warm gold coloured screw top. So that was the reed diffuser, or you could have it as a lotion dispenser or soap dispenser, and the vase. And then coming up, here is the final shot. This is the whole collection. You've got the big bowl, you've got the reed diffuser in all its glory, the tray, and then this other beautiful vase. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give us the thumbs up, like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, bye-bye.